Springfield Town Center is an enclosed shopping mall in Springfield, Virginia that opened in 1973. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around at the very end of the videos. I like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so you get notified of my latest mall video, defunct store, or my Throwback Thursday videos. Leave a suggestion or a comment for a future video. Thanks. In 1973, the Springfield Mall, as it was known before 2012, opened. And no, we are not talking about that Springfield Mall. The Springfield Mall is a 1.4 million square foot enclosed shopping mall with over 230 stores and is located in the southern suburbs of Washington, D.C., near the junction of Capitol Beltway and the I-95. Original anchors were Landsberg, Garfinkel's, JCPenney, and Montgomery Ward. The Springfield Mall looked modern for its time, if you feel that the 1970s had style. And I'm not talking about the clothes or the music. It was the notoriously dated decor. The pictures speak for themselves on this, but the QB entranceways and distinctly 1980s ceilings, along with a 9-shaped floor plan, certainly made this mall stand out. Less than a few months after opening, Landsberg would close due to the company going out of business, and E.J. Corvette would open in its place. The mall was also notable for having one of the top 2 performing locations of the Time Out chain of amusement arcades, which featured it in its mall rat culture during the 1980s golden age of arcades. In 1980, E.J. Corvette's closed when the company went out of business. On November 11th, 1985, Britain's Prince Charles and Princess Diana made their first visit to the United States as a royal couple. On their short 4-day agenda was a stop at Springfield Mall to view a JCPenney's promotion named Best of Britain. Sometime in the late 1980s or early 90s, Garfinkel's closed. In 1991, Macy's opened where Garfinkel's once was. At its height, the shopping mecca included 2 movie theaters with a total of 10 movie screens and was anchored by JCPenney, Macy's, and Target, and counted over 100 shops in its inventory. Around the late 90s, or maybe even the early 2000s, Montgomery Ward closed and Target occupied its space. The mall was a regular weekend and evening destination for Minnie, a local resident, and drew customers from around the DC area thanks to its proximity to the I-95 and 495. At its peak, the shopping center drew crowds that used the metro station that opened across the street, and it was an unusual Saturday afternoon that did not see busloads of teens congregate at the surrounding metro bus stops before migrating for an evening of mall adventures. Mall events were family and community events, as the large indoor space drew folks to its merry-go-round, fashion shows, seasonal specials such as Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, and clowns and magicians, as well as singing and dancing performances. But the economic downturns of the 1990s and 2000s, competition from newer and bigger malls at equally accessible but more affluent neighborhoods, and poor management decisions, choosing anchors such as Target that shoppers could easily visit elsewhere, or settling for less attractive retailers who suffered by comparison to better local offerings, each took their toll on the mall. The mall's DMV office was where two of the hijackers in the September 11th attacks illegally obtained state IDs. The mall also experienced two gang-related stabbings in 2005, a fatal shooting in December of 2007, and a fatal carjacking in September of 2008. In 2005, Vornado purchased an option valued at $36 million to buy the mall from the previous owners. In early 2006, Vornado purchased the mall for an additional $80 million, along with the plans to redevelop it. After the purchase, the mall had fallen on harder times. Vornado Realty Trust defaulted on the $171 million loan that was keeping the mall open. The mortgage holders kept the property operational while looking for a new buyer, but could not find anyone willing to take on the loan. They put the mall up for bid in October of that year, only to end up allowing Vornado to repurchase the mortgage for $115 million in December of 2010. In March of 2012, Vornado announced plans to close all but the 3 anchor stores starting on July 1st, ahead of a 2-year renovation and redevelopment, which was in part of a decade-long plan intended to turn the mall and its surrounding area into the new Springfield Town Center.
Well, people lined up today for a big event in Springfield.
Yep, the old mall there now has a brand new town center look. And with the new look comes, of course, new stores and new customers. Suzanne Kennedy was at today's grand opening and shows us what's new.
Years in the making, this is what is now known as the Springfield Town Center, open for business at 10 o'clock this morning, just in time for the crucial holiday shopping season. After a massive 2-year renovation, the retooled, rebranded Springfield Town Center is open for business. Shoppers lined up before sunrise to be the first through the door. Their motivation was simple.
Free stuff. It's all about shopping, good stuff, having fun.
I love shopping, so why not?
The near 4 decades old former mall was torn down in 2012. That began a 4-phase project which will eventually include hotels, office space, and apartments. The new mall features upscale stores and has a Tyson's Galleria feel. The opening is a shot in the arm for this section of Fairfax County.
All the jobs that were created first in building the center and then in operating it with all the merchants and the restaurants that are here, it's going to be great for the local community.
When the doors opened, a flood of shoppers streamed in, searching for bargains and soaking it all in. These 2 Northern Virginia women were among the first into the mall.
It is amazing. It has exceeded my expectation. I've lived here for 20 years, and so I've seen Springfield Mall go through a transformation, and it's amazing. I live right across.
Springfield Town Center, as it was called now, reopened as scheduled on October 17, 2014. In late 2015, Dave & Buster's, a popular family-owned entertainment and sports bar, opened at the mall. Congratulations, you made it this far into the video.
When I find you. Pop quiz, hotshot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed in this mall? So if your answer was 4, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. So what are your favorite memories of this place? Leave a comment or a suggestion for a future video below. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you just watched my video, thanks for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe to Eric C. Productions.